Hello everyone, today we're in my master thesis presentation with Sep.
Esto es. Se va a conectar. Ay. Eso va al final, parce. Pero espérate, ya te digo dónde. ¿Diseñar?
When I think I was ready, not yet because I haven't checked it.
¿De what?
Ahora es un proyecto, ahora es un proyecto.
Güey, pucha, se rompió esta hoja. This one is in the middle. En el medio.
Ahí, y bájalo un poquito y bájalo de la derecha.
Breves, mi rey.
Congratulations.
I will just close the door for a sec. No worries. Sorry. Let me hide this. Alright, so we have this one, right? Okay. Nice. Vamos, sí se puede, muchachos. Iba a grabar con mi celular, pero lo voy a hacer con la camarita esa. 29, 1 minute to go. Teoría, contexto, teoría. Pasamos acá. Listo. All right. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. I would like to ask you, is it okay if I make a little film of the presentation? Is that all right with everyone? Yeah? Okay. Just welcome, please.
Where do you want us to?
Just stand in front of me, please. Looking at my screen.
We're here to support you.
All right. Thank you. So first of all, thank you so much for coming to a presentation of my master thesis project. First of all, let me guide you through and give you a little bit of context of where this project is placed. As some of you know, I come from the most beautiful place in my heart, Colombia. Rich country, diversity, a rich and diverse country culturally, but naturally talking to. Due to its richness, it's been a place that has been affected by many social issues. Many conflicts have been raised in all different 5 regions of the country. And that's why I took the decision to go back to Colombia and make my thesis project. Because it's a place where I would like to keep working as a designer, and it's the place that I want to fight for. So there is no exception for the Pacific side of the country. You can go with me in here. The Pacific side of the country have 42 different municipalities that have been one of the ones that have suffered the most in all the conflicts that we have had as a country. But right now, go with me and travel with me to Guapi. Guapi is the main municipality where I always wanted to go and see how people live, since it's a place that people don't really usually talk about. In the Pacific side, it's mainly Afro-Colombian communities who inhabit. Due to the colonization we had, all the African slaves came from this side of the country. In Guapi, due to the conflicts that have been raised, people have been killed, people have been kidnapped, people have been tortured. For the last 10 years, many events have happened due to different groups that want to have control of this place. And my intention was to understand if this place is actually a place of tension to be. So I decided to go. 2 days before I arrived, a bomb was placed next to a hotel that I was staying. It kind of surprised me, but once I arrived, I saw that something else was in there. Now you can move in here. In this little screen, we have the dynamics of how people live in this territory. It's a place where the rainforest is taking a whole part, and the main river, it's basically where people transport to get to place. I had 3 intentions. I'm sorry. I'll just take my computer. I had 3 objectives in my project. The first one was to understand the full dynamics of how people live in here. The second one, and thanks to a child-centered course that I had here at the design school, was to understand how kids play mainly in these kind of spaces. And of course, the last part that I wanted to end up doing was to understand how design as a tool could serve me to empower these people and do something meaningful for the territory. For that, I connected to a Chillangua Foundation. The Chillangua Foundation is basically a foundation that interacts with the women that are placed in these different territories, where women have different knowledge, ancestral knowledge, like cooking, seeking for oysters around, because those are the only sources that they can get money from. The foundation received me, and they allowed me to do some workshops together with them. Basically, the main idea and my main intention was to take care of the kids and immerse myself into the experience of playing with them. That was my first intention. At the same time, I was also helping the foundation, which is the people you will see in here, to empower the women and give them a speech on how play is important for the kids that they have. Now I'm gonna give a little bit of the theory of why my decisions are taken here. Basically, for the past 5 years, I've been following a speculation, critical, and radical social design, we can call it, which basically could be used as a tool to erase awareness and debate against the status quo that we have in the design world, especially. I also took into consideration, and it's probably the main theory that guided me through the whole process, and is the love that I have for working with kids since I had the opportunity to work with the Child Center back in Colombia, and which also made me understand that probably Colombia was the next place for me to be and complete my process. So you can go here with me. In here, what we can see is the opportunity that I had to play with the kids. Many different play interactions happened during the time that I was here. Basically, what I experienced with most of them is that they had some knowledges that you rarely see in the big and main cities. Like knitting, as you can see here on my wrist, there is a bracelet that they made for me, and I gave them the power to be themselves and see that they had potential to do something else in life. Since in this territory, people don't really get the chances to go out of their city because of their conflicts, and they don't believe in all the talents and power that they have as a community. Together with this, I was also, as I said before, trying to understand how people live and try to gather as much information visually, recording, of course. Here in this screen, we have all the play interactions that I had with the kids, where we play hide and seek, where we play to make castles in the middle of the jungle, how to interact with the mangrove, which is it's an environment that people don't really understand and get to see, because this side of the country has been forbidden for many of us in Colombia. And once I got to bring this back to my city, many people were surprised, since I was usually posting stuff. So at the end of this journey, which was basically around 5 days, where I experienced shootings, bombs. One of the events that happened with the kids is that when we were playing, 5 shootings happened, and they just have normalized it completely, since it's something that it's in their everyday lives. And for me, it was also the opportunity to think like, okay, how these kids have normalized this situation to a point that it doesn't really affect them, and it doesn't really affect the play interactions, which was also my main intention to understand. So after I came back from Colombia, I had in my mind what is it that I was going to do with all the knowledge and experiences that I had together with the community and the people. I went back to my theories in speculation and critical design. I had the opportunity to work with the government in Colombia before, that was my first interaction with the Pacific side of the country, where I basically used speculation and artifacts to showcase and raise awareness in the main cities, to showcase the realities of these territories that are not just blood all around, but there is also power and talents that we need to start exploring and help them get out of their conflict zone. So in my previous course, together with Yes and Sophie as well, I had the opportunity to create a board game that basically helped me to make the players be immersed into the experience of being in the previous territory that I was in with the government. I saw it as a very meaningful tool for me to get to showcase what I wanted to show and make people feel. And I also got the feedback, and that's probably what's gonna guide the next steps. So you can be that side if you want. I started prototyping and diving into what were the opportunities for me to make a role game and a card game that could help me make people out of this territory to be immersed into the experience of being here with them. I started first making the structures of the game dynamics, the game mechanics as well, and what were going to be the artifacts that were going to be together with the game. I'm sorry, just give me 1 sec. In here, which is a piece that I've made and I have written for all my journey as part of my delivery artifacts. It contains my decisions as a designer and also my whole experience, mainly to understand the context of the whole game. So first, probably what I would like you to do is I'm gonna take 4 of you to sit down, probably the examinators and 2 volunteers, if anyone wants to do it. Just go ahead, take a seat, please. And I want you to close your eyes. Listen. The mangrove breathes, the water tangles among the roots while the ancient songs still resist in the air. Here, in the Colombian Pacific rainforest, every wave that hits the canoe, every cry of a child playing among the mangrove, is a part of an ancestral choreography of resistance and life. It is a territory forgotten by many, but deeply alive. The community lives between what the jungle gives and what the river allows. Here, there are no luxuries, but there is dignity. There are no certainties, but there is memory. Fishermen, healers, social leaders, community, all of them with exceptional knowledge. However, the life is also fragile. Today, the territory is threatened by the Faracos. They have just killed a child whose parents we do not yet know. The others are in danger, and now their protection is in your hands. Can you protect what's most precious? Can you protect their laughter and their lives? This is your mission. Open your eyes, and the sun has risen behind the mangrove. Now in front of you, you have 4 cards that I need you to take with you and see the role that you have in it without showcasing it to the other one. Just 20 seconds. Now, I want you to close your eyes. When I call whoever I'm gonna call, I would like that person to open their eyes. The Faraco wakes up. Is there someone that you would like to kill in the community? You have no choice. You gotta choose one. The Faraco can go to sleep. The healer can wake up. This person has been killed. Would you like to save her? You can go to sleep now. The child can wake up. Is there someone you would like to play with? You can close your eyes. Now everyone can wake up. One person was killed, the child was killed, but the healer saved her. What we have in the middle, it's different card events that we need to play as a community in order to complete the next task for the next night. Each of you have 3 tokens. You can keep those. And the first card can be played. An armed checkpoint, a group of sets of armed checkpoint blocking the river. We need to collect a tuk-tuk and a biche as a community. So whoever has a tuk-tuk or a biche can put it in the middle. You can just decide as a community and talk with each other who has and who doesn't have one. We need a tuk-tuk and a biche.
I have one.
You can play only one.
I cannot do.
Just play one. The tuk-tuk has been played. We need the biche too. The first event as a community you have successfully passed. Now you can go to sleep again. The Faraco can wake up. Is there someone you would like to kill? The healer can wake up. You have been using all the powers that you have. You can go to sleep. The fisherman can wake up. The manito can wake up. Just to recognize you. You can all wake up. The child has been killed. The player is gone. The game is gone. There is no chances to go back since the child is the one that keeps the community alive. Now you can stand up again. In here you will find the different artifacts, and what I try to understand or to showcase in this whole exposition, it's to show the fragility of this context. The game not only serves as a tool to understand, but it also serves as a tool for you to get to sense how fragile the context is. At the end of my trip, and at the end of all this journey, I've decided to create a methodology that could help me and could help designers in the near future to work and be willing to work with these different type of communities that have not been heard and give them a voice. As I mentioned before, I've been following Ruben Potter, the one who wrote Caps Lock, Jung Locke, who has been writing Design Against Design, the child-centered course that has made me see the power of empowering kids and showing them how powerful they are in their communities. And together with the term disoñar, which is probably the term that I want you to take back with you. Disoñar, a space where we all, as designers, can interfere in communities where we all have the powers and knowledge to support, to help them, and to let them see that they have the power to improve and develop. So that's what my methodology is about. It's about being critical, have some participative work observation, take into consideration the kids that are part of the beginning of their communities, and community listen to in order to disoñar. Thank you. I think that's it. Probably before it ends, the whole exposition serves for me to bring this part of the country, this part of the world that you probably didn't know about. But now I will go back and tell them that I had the opportunity to speak for them through a game and let you see the beauty of it. That's it. Thank you.
Do you need a minute?
I think so.
You have actually a minute and a half to make it started with the rest, so I'll just move over in this direction and grab my
Probably, I don't know if they're not allowed to go around yet, right? If they want to see everything. No, they will. All right. Should I go out now?
No.
No,
We
not
are
yet.
going to ask you now. We're going to take. We're going to start the process. I'm just a little bit wobbly because I don't have a place to move my things.
It's all right. You can take mine.
Yeah.
Probably.
Keep it here. Yeah.
I'm
let's do
gonna
that.
leave you this in here too.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Can you turn down the sound a bit, please? You stay up with us. Then we can have a discussion. Is this the book of the play?
Of the
Yeah.
of the whole,
Game.
not the whole game, but the whole process.
Okay.
My whole design process.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Camilla. You've shared a really deep and meaningful story around your journey as both a designer and as a person in this community. You've given us a really rich sense of your presence in the community, and I think as well your intentions and your aims with the project. Your writing in your, I know everyone hasn't gotten a chance to read it, but I would like to comment on that your writing as well really shows how fully meaningful this process has been for you, and it embodies a lot of different moments that have stood out, and it was a very deeply meaningful read as well for I could say so on my behalf. So I'd like to begin by asking you to choose one of those moments that really stayed with you, and talk us through how it found its way in your design. How did it shape something, for example, concrete in the game, or like a mechanic, for example, or a visual, because you have a lot of rich visuals that we really want to get to know a little bit more closer. And yeah.
So probably I will mention the moment that I had to decide what was going to be the role of the kid into the game, since it was for me kind of like the most important one, but somehow my heart also didn't really allow me at some point to just kill it and finish the game. But once I understood that was basically what happens in this territory, that the kids just get killed without any notice. That was probably the toughest, but it kind of like helped me to take the game and make an impact into whoever was playing as a faraco, but also as a kid. And also, of course, all the part of the community that couldn't have the chance to keep playing because of this event. In terms of the visuals as well, probably my main intention with this, it was also to understand the social dynamics of the context, but it was also for me to map the material culture that has been raised in this territory. So all the objects and things that have been building up this heritage that they own as Afro-Colombian. So basically what you will understand what you will see in the cars, and also show in all the artifacts that are placed, embed all these materialities that are placed into this territory.
In your writing, and I think also in your storytelling for the audience and for us today, you really give us an immersive experience of being there. And I think also in terms of your methodology in your writing, you have a chapter that unfolds more like a narrative instead of a methodology. And in the end here, you give us a methodology for designers as well. Can you walk us, first of all, through why you chose that form for a method, but then how that also this connected you to the design of your methodology for designers to approach communities like this?
I feel like the methodology was not really my intention in the beginning, since my main purpose was to make the players feel what these people feel into a game. But then after I analyzed the whole process of my journey and me being in the child center, which is basically being with the kids, being immersed into the play experiences that we had together, I also show myself not as an adult, but just as another kid that was with them, which also helped me kind of engage with them and be a part of them. And that's also why all the play dynamics kind of like conclude as well into the importance for me to showcase the importance of play in these territories as well. And then at some point at the end of my process, I ended up constructing an artifact, which is the prototype of the game. And since there I saw potential on the whole process for me to make a methodology, and that's basically where I took the decision to combine it and put it into my life storytelling into a book that you can see, together with the explanation and context of it.
Which tells us there were a lot of decisions to be made in this process.
Person, it's gonna be the one that will lead the game, and will have the opportunity to have the book as a artifact for him to read the first speech.
Yeah.
So you can all get the context of what the main mission of the game is, which is take care of the kid. Then within the game there is different mechanics and that are written into each player, where you can basically get an extra chance to save the kid. The healer, for example, she or he has two, depending on the card, she has two or one option to save the kid. The social leader as well, since all of the roles that are inspired here, they are basically the people that I get to interact with, and are basically in that photo that is in there from the foundation.
So that's your inspiration to making these cards?
The player cards are basically inspired on the people that I shared time with from the foundation.
Okay.
Where they all have different skills, and they, in the community, have different roles to help the women be empowered of whatever they do.
Okay.
So in the abilities of each role, you have chances to keep playing, to keep enrolling and saving the kid, which is the main mission.
So when the kid dies,
the game is done.
Okay. And then explain about these again, please.
So what you have in the tokens are basically for you to get immersed into the different dynamics that are basically also based on all the experiences that I had with the community in terms of living. So how bumps could happen, how someone could be kidnapped, how a floating could happen as well. The river goes up, the river goes down. That changes the whole dynamics of the place, of the context. So there is a lot of anthropological work that I also wanted to put into the game for you to read the games carefully as well and understand what are the things that these people experience in their everyday lives.
Everyday's life, yeah. But then you're saying to us that you come with the game to the children and play it with them.
This game is not for children. So what I experienced with the children was play dynamics. I wanted to understand how kids play, which is what you have in this format.
Okay.
You have all the different play dynamics that were basically my main intention, to understand how kids can play into this very conflicted place. Yeah,
Okay.
since we don't
I
really
understand now.
we don't really consider how they get the chance to play if there is so many issues happening in the place. That was my main intention, and to see how that will. I knew that once I got to understand the whole context, it will lead me to create something like an artifact that could help me showcase the reality of the place.
So how old are you when you are playing this game?
This game you can play it since you are a teenager
Okay.
until you are 60 years old, 70 years old. I feel like it's not for kids. It's not a game for kids. It's a game for whoever wants to play.
Okay.
Can we stay in the images really quickly? Like we have about 7 minutes left, but I want to.
Tokens that are related to that specific moment. For example, Chijangwa. Chijangwa is basically a plant that they use in everything, for cooking, for healing people, which is also basically in most of the events and can be used to save many of the event cards as well. Yeah.
So I hear you saying a lot about what these plants, what these things, these artifacts mean for the community, and I hear you also saying that you have taken the actual images from the community and added these to the game itself. But how does that, for example, connect to those ideas about dissent and working with these sort of the imagery and designing for the community and with the community in this very change-oriented way?
Okay, I think I didn't really get the
No.
question.
So I want you just to connect the images to Lo and his idea of working with the community and through their imagery towards sort of towards change and towards social justice and these kinds of things. What does
Basically,
that do for us as the players, I guess, yeah?
my main intention as well is probably, or my main target people, it's Colombians who are not aware of these realities as well. That's why also this, as you can see on the book, the bills are inspired from bills that are currently part of our identity and that somehow you can link to it, so the players can also get immersed into connecting with the game in a deeply level. And of course, the whole color palette, as well as it's explicit into a book, that also tells kind of like that connection between all the artifacts that are placed.
But tell me again, the game here, you buy the game? Or
It's a one-time game.
it's a one-time game?
So it is a one-time game for you to, at some point, since I've been talking to some people, my main intention was not to produce it or reproduce it, to sell it, but it could also serve as a tool for people to get to have it in stores and get to see the reality and have it at home.
So this is more as a tool?
It is a tool. It serves as an artifact to showcase and create awareness of the place.
So you should travel around with this game, this tool,
Yeah,
and get people to interact. Okay.
That's also up to the people who own it, if they want to pass it to someone else, or if they want to give it away to someone else who they would like to invite to get to know this context.
Okay. In the beginning, your use of storytelling and immersing us in this setting with all of the sounds and the aspects that were from there was very powerful. I had a sense of tiny hairs on my arms were sort of standing on end. I was like, okay, wow, this is really affecting me in a sense that I can really sense it. And I can also sense into this, especially when I then lift it up, okay, I'm the kid, I'm the child, right? Okay, so I'm potentially going to die in this game. So I know that there are a lot of thoughts that go into the imagery and also I guess also much of the thought has gone into the way you presented for the people you've tested it with, and then how that's developed through the process. And now you come to this point where you're presenting it to us today, and you're using different things, example storytelling, and what is, first of all, how might someone, are you imagining this product or this game to be able to be carried by someone else other than yourself, who hasn't been there in this place, to be able to give other people the same experience?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, as in the last page of the book, it also establishes that I will like to take this game with me, of course, to get to expose it in this way into museums, basically. It's probably one of my last thoughts. But as well to give it to people that I know might be interested into supporting communities, designers that are enrolled into social design as well, that could help them as well to have as inspiration for them to work as well with other communities, as I mentioned before.
A bit about your future.
My future?
Well, yeah, as a designer, and how do you see yourself as a designer when you do a game like this? What is your attention? What are the higher meaning of what you have been doing here?
I would like to start by saying that in the Western globe, in the Western countries, it's very hard to work in this kind of field from the design world. Mm-hmm. I would like to be part of a change, of course, if that's something that I can have, to be part of organizations that are also interested into supporting communities. My game basically, it's a tool for you to understand that there is people in this territory that need support in different community processes that they are leading, but they do not have the economy to do it. Luckily, we do have it. I would like to be a part of a place that could help, that could contribute somehow economically, but also in terms of organization, for us to support them as designers from the different design disciplines that we basically own, thanks to the academy world.
So what you learned here, you want to place into an organization where you can work from there?
That I can work from there.
Your method and what you have learned here.
Basically, the child center experience, which was basically in Colombia, luckily last year, we had the opportunity to also work with other kids from a different region who live different realities than these kids, because the natural environment that they're surrounded by is completely different. So all the social dynamics change. And it was the moment for me, since I had the opportunity before to work with other communities, but with adults mainly, to see how we as designers can also be kids and be part of, take their opinions and their decisions and the things they say into the community processes that are happening. Sometimes they get to say things that you can also see on the book written.
Can you explain me what is the theory about, or what do you mean by adults being children, or what
So-
can that give? No.
So from Karen Fair's perspective into internship as a child, we had the opportunity to allow ourselves to be immersed into the kids and show them that we're also kids together with them, which basically explores the opportunity for us to, I'm not gonna say get as much as we can from them, but learn from them and see that there is other possibilities that we don't usually consider as designers or as adults into the design processes, but also into the community's decisions, basically.
Final question. Now that you've lived this project, where are you going? What is your new question as a designer?
My new questions as a designer is, I really gonna try from now to take this whole exposition back to Colombia to showcase what I did in here and encourage designers that I work with in Colombia to keep making social change, but mainly social justice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have 20 minutes for discussing the censor and I, which will ask you all to go out.
Oh my gosh. I was like in front of being on the wall. It was like how like shooting. Bah, bah. Crazy.
Yeah, you did well.
It's been so long since I've seen you. Is everything okay with the family? No.
Qué tensión. Me sentía así como en la pared, así me tiraban tiros.
A la última están así.
Sí, literal.
But you did really well now.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
In the questions, I was like, shit, I'm probably fucked anyway.
It's like the bond.
No? It was good.
It's like the only hope for the best.
What do you feel, Kevin?
I feel tension. I feel happy.
Everything.
I feel confident.
Congratulations.
I speak what I wanted to speak. So.
Sorry, I didn't have a bag for you.
No, it's alright. I have my own bag.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna say I failed. I know that very good.
He said yes.
He said yes. He said yes.
Thank you so much. Give me a hug. Thanks for being out here. Hey, first time. She had to.
Is it okay?
Yes. Okay, that's very good. Gracias por Mangue Tak for coming. Bien, Bella.
Hey, my friend. I have this for you.
That one. What do you have? Thanks for being here. It's so lovely to see you here. Thanks, man, for coming. Thank you, my friend. Gracias, Miguel, por venir. Ciao. Yeah.
I got 7.
Good. Same.
Twins.
Thanks, Anita, for being here. Hey, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. We're masters in play!
How you come today?
Thanks for coming.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. No, I actually failed. I wanted to make you laugh a bit.
So we're back in 3 weeks.
Time to get espresso martini.
It's funny. Jennifer gave me a letter, and she spilled the coffee on. No, it's coffee.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly. Okay, I need to.
You know, we couldn't attend.
We could be at each other.
We couldn't be at each other's because there's the system in this room.
Okay. You're like, okay, general.
Now that we're all done with this shit,
Okay.
it's fucking cool.
You know, there's a microphone on.
Oh my gosh.
Don't take it off.
No, don't put that on the video. I should make
What?
it.
Oh, was it? Did it fall down?
It did.
What do you have in your t-shirt?
I mean, just real quick. Are you happy?
I don't have.
What do you want to say to your
I
family?
did it. To my family in Spanish. Lo logramos, padres. Este triunfo es para ustedes. Solo ustedes. Eso no es mío, es de ustedes. Ya, that's it.